Okay, this one is a little bit tricky, and Helen, I'm coming to you with this one. Okay, it's one of those. Okay, this person says he likes me, like really likes me, but the thing is that I don't like him at all. He calls all the time and chokes me with his presence. I can't force myself to like him back, but now he's really pressuring me, telling his friends that I'm his girlfriend. What do I do? And how do I end this situation between us in a way that doesn't cause problems for either of us?
From the last statement, and how do I end this relationship so it doesn't cause problems for either of us, I am assuming that there is a network. You have said he tells his friends that he's telling his friends you are connected. So maybe it's either you are in the same cluster, you share the same friends, you share the same network, you are in the same office, you are family, friends, whatever it is, you have a reason to be around the same set of people, and you don't want to cause problems, but you are causing problems. I am sorry to say, your indecision or your lack of firmness is what's causing the problem. Because some people can say you are leading him on. Some people can say he's really not. It's obvious he's not getting it. He's obvious he is still hopeful. But why is he hopeful? Why does he have reason to believe that if he stays constant, you will change? So you will need to take a firm stand. And from the sound of it, it may cost you one or two relationships, but I think it is better for you to do that. If you think you're going to, you've met his family, or you know them, they are family friends, or you all share long-term relationships, they are old friends, you don't want to ruin, please, for your sanity, for you to move, you have clearly stated, I don't want this, I don't need this, I'm not interested in it. You need to take further actions. If you need to cut off, please do. Let him know, please, this is the situation. These are your assumptions, and it is not the same for me. And cut off. If he keeps calling you and you keep taking his calls and he decides to take you out and you go with him and you're spending emotional time together, you are not being firm. You are still sending mixed signals. But like you have rightly mentioned, you don't want this, then let him know, I don't want this. Yes, some people in the spirit of hope, they are persistent, in the spirit of if she sees that I'm around, she will change her mind. But you've made up your mind. So let him know firmly and let every other thing else work around it. If you must lose a relationship or two in the process, then please, by all means, those relationships were not worthy. If they cannot see that you also have a say in this and they are forcing you to go into that relationship, then maybe you need to find other friends, or you need to cut away from those ones also. I hope that helps.
Okay, yeah, thank you very, very much. We have a question that came in anonymously, and I want everybody to chip in something. Okay, everybody, just like 10 seconds, but this is very, very important. This person says, my partner was hitting me while I was pregnant and also cheating. He has apologized, but I can't seem to forgive him. All right. Even people on Facebook, people on Mixlr, please, if you have something to say, put it in the comments and let me share it with everybody. All right. So go ahead, everybody, one after the other.
So the first thing I'm going to ask is, did he start just when you were pregnant? Was there history there? Maybe we need to, even though, yes, it's not even, maybe you're emphasizing the being pregnant because, even if you make a mistake of hitting a lady, or no mistake, if you have the habit, at least if the person is pregnant, you should have extra reason. If you love any woman and the person is pregnant for you, not to even dare, because now you're not only protecting your wife, you're protecting your child, and then you're cheating. And then, so if he apologized, is there a pattern? Was it just a mistake? Was it a season and there was pressure, and now is willing to own up, take responsibility? And because it's easy for us to just shout and say, once it's abused, step out, and everything. Yes, once a man gets to a point of abuse, most of the time, most of the time, there's no redemption. However, as a counselor, I have dealt with couples I dare to say, in an abusive relationship, and I've seen the pattern change so drastically in such a way that I'm shocked. But the people in the relation need to take ownership and take responsibility. And it's usually that forgiving is not easy. Is a lengthy process. It will take a lot. It's not just something we're just going to talk through and just gloss over, but it is not impossible and an unredeemable situation. But you really need to pay attention, and you're not just going to gloss over it.
Okay. To add to
Okay,
that,
Elsie.
I would say that you should give it time. I think you should feel your emotions properly, acknowledge what it is you're feeling. It's not like possibly it's a grave situation, and I think you should acknowledge it and not be in a hurry to, you know, I don't know what the current situation is right now. Are you guys separated or are you still together? So I think that you should not be in a hurry to get over your emotions. Feel your emotions and then give it time. Let's see, time is a healer. Let's see what effect time will have over it. But it's not something I feel like you can get over so easily and so quickly. That's why I'm saying don't be in a hurry, give it time, and let's see what the place of time would do in this situation, in healing your heart, you know.
Thank you very much. Helen, what's your take on this?
Well, my views align with Pastor Adenrele. I mean, at the risk of repeating everything she has said, it's not clear. But if there was a pattern, if I'm going to start with, if he's beginning to show, this pattern is something you need to pay attention to. If it has been an unrepentive pattern, and he keeps doing it over and over and over and over again, then there are major drastic steps you need to take. If he apologize, if it's a one-off or because of a difficult season, that was his reaction. We are in no way condoning it. We are in no way saying you should suffer in silence. But if it's a situation where it was a poor decision, a poor reaction to a season, and you are now struggling with the act of forgiving, like Pastor D has said, these things, it's a major blow, it's a major withdrawal from you emotionally, physically, psychologically. It will take time. So if your process is a bit longer, yes, it's okay. If you feel, because there's been different levels of violation, it is fine. If you still want to stay and work it out. But one question I want to ask you now is, we may not be able to see your response, but the question is he trying? Now, I'm not saying he's trying and he has tried enough. No, the violator does not get to say how long I've tried. It is until you come full circle. But I need you to recognize the little moments that he's trying. It would help with your healing. I need you to find an external source to help you with your healing. You may need to speak to a professional. And when I say a professional, I'm not saying not all pastors have medical degrees or have psychiatric degrees or have therapeutic degrees. You may need to work through your feelings. It is a lot you have experienced. From the message, I want to assume that you are at a loss, you don't know what to do, but you are not ready to exit. You need to speak to a counselor, a certified counselor who will take you through that process, and you will be able to, like Pastor D has said, it's a terrible thing, but it's redeemable. It's just that both of you, not just you both need to put on the work, and you need to start by seeking for help beyond this platform.
Thank you very, very much. I just figured that I should let the ladies deal with that. Elsie, the next question is yours. This person says, what if I'm not looking forward to getting married? What do you say to such a person?
There's nothing wrong with that. If you're not looking forward to getting married, marriage is not meant for everybody. So if you're not looking forward to it, there's nothing wrong with it. When Jesus returns, he's not going to say the married people have more rooms or mansions with many more rooms than those who are single.
Yeah, you
So
are not sure. You don't have
if
you don't have a control of Jesus. He can make his decision. When Jesus comes, if he decides to give married people bigger mansions, there's nothing you can do about it.
well, as far as I'm concerned, when we all get to heaven, so long as you have your two legs in heaven, whether it's a mansion, whether it's a BQ, I think we'll all first be grateful that
Ah,
Heaven is
we are
no.
in
heaven.
You
heaven
want to
first
have
of
show that
all.
badge I ever. Ah,
Well, me, I want to first get to heaven
physical.
first because this journey of salvation is hard. But I don't see anything
Ah,
wrong if you're not looking forward to getting if you're not looking forward to getting married. I don't see anything wrong with it. So um what I sense from this person is this person probably feels, because we live in a society that glorifies marriage, and everybody's talking about it. And
Yeah.
if it's something you're not looking forward to, those who are looking forward to it have a way of making you feel like there's something wrong with you. I don't think you should give in to that. There's nothing absolutely wrong with making a decision not to get married. It's even better that you own up to it and you own it with your full chest and you live with it than to get into something out of pressure and then you end up being frustrated. So if you're not looking forward to getting married, I don't see anything wrong with that.
If I may
Thank
add
you very
something,
much. Yeah, go ahead.
so I want to ask you, I want to tell you this. So I'll just paint a picture. But to answer your question, you're not looking forward to it. There's nothing wrong with that. That has been established. When I got pregnant, I was excited. When I started attending antenatal classes, I was not looking forward to labor. After I had my first child, after the pregnancy and the delivery and the dealing of all with an infant, when we decided we want to have a second, I was not looking forward to the pregnancy. I was not looking forward to delivery. I was not looking forward to teething. I was not looking forward to the colic I dealt with. But this is because I had information. What I want you to settle is, what is fueling this decision? Is it possible that you are surrounded by failed marriages? Is it possible that you are dealing with past trauma? Is it possible that you have friends who have done nothing but give you negative feedback? Marriage, I realized in talking with people that for writing exams, for instance, you study, you read 7 hours, you read all night to be able to bag a certification. You put in the work. But you ask someone who is getting ready to get married or trying to understand marriage, they've not read a book. You are not equipped. All you have are negative influences. Or you have experienced failed marriages, and the positive ones are not enough, or the negative ones are enough to scare you. It is fine. Just like how a doctor would go to school, cannot compare themselves to someone who studies economics, is out in 4 years, has done their NYSC, has gotten a job, and they are still struggling with their 7 years. The training system is entirely different. Is marriage a lot of work? For sure. There is nothing in life, whether it's education, academics, losing weight, gaining muscle mass, whatever is worth doing takes work. And when it takes work, it also takes work to maintain it. So if for any reason it is because of negative facts, it's because of the realities around you, it's because of the situations around you, please don't be afraid. You need to change your narrative. You need to get positive information. It is possible that all you have is negative and it is causing you heart palpitations, and it's to be expected. If you ask me if I want to get a child now, I will say yes, I don't mind if you give me a 6-year-old. I don't have to deal with terrible two. I don't have to carry a baby. I don't have to deal with the whole drama of what are friends for. I like the addition, but that whole history, no, thank you. God bless you. What I have is fine. So, are your experiences or the facts you are looking at negative and influencing? If so, please, there are beautiful and positive sides, and many marriages that are beautiful and working that you need to start looking at to help whatever is causing you anxiety, if that is the case. But should you not
Thank
look
you.
forward to it, it's fine.
Okay, thank you very, very much. I would like to put it this way. There's nothing wrong with being single. For those of us who are people of faith, Jesus lived and died single. Paul was single. Okay, there's so many people who were single in the Bible. So we should not treat singleness like a problem. Okay,
Yeah.
we should not treat singleness like a season, that you have to get out of by all means. No, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying your life, please, by all means, enjoy your life. However, if you desire to be married, okay, then by all means get all the information you need to get, be expectant, get ready, step out there, make friends. Okay, don't also be ashamed of your desire, because we have two people, we have two sides to this issue. There are people who want to be married, but society makes them feel like you are desperate because you want to be married. And there are people who don't want to be married, and we make them feel like there's something wrong with you because you don't want to be married. Okay, but whichever one is yours, please chest it, enjoy your life. The most important thing is that when you are out of this place, you want to look back and say, that was some fun. I enjoyed myself. Now, question 9, I'm going to come to Adenrele and Helen for this one, because I believe this is a married person who needs help. How do you manage your time as a married woman slash mother? So many things to do with too little time. Okay. I don't want to say anything from a man's perspective, because the way we do it as men is that we get married. So how do you how do you yeah, the Bible says it's not good for a man to be alone. I will make a help suitable for him. So we take care of this issue. Okay, one of the ways men do it is, by getting the help from their wives. But you ladies, how do you manage your time? How do you go about it?
Helen, please help us.
Has 24 hours ever been enough? Definitely not.
Never.
It would never be, and unfortunately it's not going to change. So first of all, we need to accept that we are working with limited time, hours in the day, that is. Now, as a married woman and with children, you have more responsibilities. If you own a business, or you have a 9 to 5 where you resume, it also is competing for that time. But this is what I want to tell you. Take it bit by bit. As women, it's not just women, human beings generally, we put ourselves under a lot of pressure. You bite off more than you can chew. You want to do so many things, and as a result, and this is as a result of, look at what my mates are doing. This woman, you are looking at the highlights of people. This lady is married. She has 3 children. I have only one. She's running 2 businesses. Does she have 4 heads? No, but she's in a different season. She may have established her cycles. You look at, sometimes I sit and I hear the accolades of a particular woman. I'm like, if they are going to rate us on the scale of Proverbs 31 woman, this woman is definitely a 9 of 10, and I'm somewhere swimming with 2. However, even with the issue of Proverbs 31 woman, for the longest of time, I don't know about you, that put a lot of pressure on me. I fought against it, I rebelled against it. But later, in studying it over and over, I realized that the Proverbs 31 woman is a summary of all that she is. You will build, you need to be patient with yourself. There are some seasons that will require you to face your child alone. There are a lot of things that are pulling you in your direction. You will learn to ignore them. There are some seasons where you need to push in business. You need to push in your career. You need to push on the home front. It is impossible to have 100% at every level. You can't live a balanced life, because and what I mean by that is, as you're paying attention to your child, you are definitely not responding to a memo. You are definitely not making sales. At every point in time, there is a focus. And there are seasons. An infant takes more time than a 7-year-old would. For example, I have older children. I no longer have to give them a bath myself. So I have free time with that regards. I have an extra 1 or 2 hours compared to someone who has 2 toddlers or who has infants, where you are still fully hands-on. You can't compare yourself to me. So let us be kind to ourselves. Yes, it is great to see women doing fantastic things. Yes, it is great to be challenged, but understand you have your own season. You have your own cycles. And there are just some things as women, in a bid to look good, in a bid to be as contributive as the next person, in a bid to be as professional, you take on too much baggage. You should not have started that course. You should have not added that second degree. You did not need this extra baggage. You should not have started that business. So please take your time. It is not easy, but sections. Let us do things in sections. When you're comfortable with one routine, you add. When you're comfortable and it looks like, it's the same thing as juggling. When it looks like one plate is moving on its own, you've maintained sanity and routine, then you add. Maintain, juggle the three of them. If you have space, you add. Most times is we take on too much at the same time and we don't have margins. And by margins, I mean, you don't have you time. You are not resting. So how do you have ideas? How do you give your best? At the end of the day, you are just burning out and it's just a nasty, vicious circle. So take your time, add on to your circles, your responsibilities bit by bit, and please do not compare yourself to others. It's their highlights, not your journey.
Thank you very much. Adenrele, over to you.
I think you did a fantastic job. Major thing is acknowledge your seasons. Acknowledge your seasons. And then there are seasons where there are certain emphases and you will not be able to take care of other aspects. Another thing I'm going to say is get as much information as possible. Like, just ask questions, read up. So when it comes to taking care of infants, for instance, when it comes to pregnancy, don't let anything happen to you. As in, don't let anything take you by surprise. I know there are still some things that is experience that you will learn from, but it makes a whole load of difference when you are going to certain seasons already informed. So for instance, for me, before getting pregnant, I took my time. What will pregnancy, and I know no pregnancy is the same, but how exactly, what will it require of me? What does it require to take care of a toddler? What does it require? Do you understand? Balancing, coming back to time. Then I was in aviation. The peculiarity of my job was demanding. So I was in aviation. I was a pastor. Do you understand? Then what resources do you have to work with? Some people can get helps. Some people are in climate or in places where you can't get help. So if you have to get help, it's very expensive. What can you afford? How can you juggle? So when you're already going informed, you don't panic. When you already know that, something is now not working, you know exactly, it's easy for you to get inspired on how to take care of that. I hope that helps. Then the major thing is build a network. I think Helen was talking about us being kind to one another. You see, the thing of not doing life alone, do you understand? Yeah. So there are times where I want to do homework. It's not really my strength like that, even though they say I'm the one doing homework. But Ellie, for instance, is stronger with some serere and doing homework and getting some things. So when I'm looking for certain things, I can tell her, we are looking for soil. They say we should get this at, whatever. She would tell me, get it here, get it there. And at times she would do it for me and bring. I don't know if you understand. So and at times it's guys, or at times mathematics is too overwhelming. I look for the efiko around me. Please, can you sit down with my daughter? And so build a network for your family. Rely on people, because you are not El Shaddai. If you think you're El Shaddai, you shall die. So and then the same way you are supposed to be helpmeet for your husband. At times, let me put that one there, just be irresponsible.
Yes, ma'am.
If other people will not do it, let us not do it together. Because parents give back to all of us. I don't know if you understand. Just catch a breath at time and say, honey or sweetheart or whatever, I need you. And if you like, let this child die, or let this thing not happen in whatever, or let's just drink Gary. So from time to time, just throw the wig back and be like, okay, I know I've been helpmeet for everybody, but help me. But maximize your network, build your network, and do life with people. Be vulnerable with people and depend on people. So information, seasons, and then there are people out there that would help you and make this journey easier.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very, very much. It's been a beautiful conversation so far. Okay, I want to appreciate the three of you for being a part of this. I have not spoken like I used to do in previous sessions for the last 2 weeks, and I've had fun. I've enjoyed myself. I think I'm going to be doing more of this, okay, from time to time. Before we go, we're going to take just one more question. Elsie, this question is primarily for you, but I'm going to have Ellen and Adenrele also chip in, okay, a few things. This is the question actually came in anonymously, but quickly I was able to quickly put it on a slide because it's more than what we can put in the chart there. Okay, so this person says, I'm in a relationship with a lady that says she's with a guy that she's still emotionally attached to before I got into the picture. She has not been able to commit to me because she feels she's still with the person. I've given her enough time to cut the relationship, but she's still asking for more time, I believe. But I have been advised to let her go. Please kindly advise me what to do.
My advice to you is to let her go. It just, for me, she's just going to, if she keeps, at least she's honest, respect her honesty with owning up to the fact that she's still attached to this other person, except if you're comfortable with her not committing to you, and she's just going to end up wasting your time. So I feel like just end it. Don't bother wasting your time, because you're going to get, at the end of the day, you're going to be served breakfast. So if you're not prepared to be served breakfast and you want to just keep building investments in building castles in the air, I think you should just sit down, have a conversation with yourself and tell yourself, she's not for me. If she's for me, she will come back. But right now, she's not emotionally available for you. I think you should just let her be and expand your network, make more friends. You will find somebody, love will find you one day, and just be positive, just be hopeful, and leave it as is. Because if you put yourself in this other person's shoes, you know, it will also not be fair on this other guy if you keep mounting pressure. And just I just don't see anything coming out of it. Let her be, and if it's meant to be, she will come back. If not, please, except you want to be served breakfast in bed.
You can
Breakfast,
wash a
lunch,
car that
and dinner.
another man is driving now. There are people in car wash. As
They
long as
get
you're
My
paid.
working in
brother,
car wash.
my
They
brother,
get
Exactly, they
paid.
get
They
paid.
get paid.
my brother, on your marks, get set, take
Go.
off.
Run.
No, this is beyond go. Take off. This lady, let me explain something about, I won't say all women, most women. There is something about emotional attachment. She is getting succor. She is getting a feeling, satisfaction, fulfillment. She is not ready to let go of. And it is plain selfish. To all the women who have different men satisfying different aspects on your
Oh
of their
shit.
needs, listen to me, Koda. It's wickedness in high places. It is
Absolutely.
impossible to have one person satisfy all your needs because people are different. You may this guy may be humorous or he may challenge you intellectually, and this guy is financially secure. You can't have everything. Don't allow her to rope you along. She knows what she is doing. She has
Exactly.
multiple sources of income and she is having a great time.
Oh shit.
Young man, come and be going. There's nothing for you there. She does not deserve you. I am sorry to say. Elsie has said it, cut your losses. Please move on. It's painful, but you deserve better. Truly, you deserve better.
I think what
And
is
maybe
most
when you
interesting
say,
for me,
Okay.
sorry. I think what's most interesting for me is I am in a relationship with a lady that is with another guy.
like,
Seriously?
seriously, even you are contributing to it.
There's no contribution. Well, you're in a relation. I don't understand. So do you just want to be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship? So if she needs more time, break it off, give her the time, give her the space,
Yeah.
so that her head can be clear to go and think and make up her mind. Then when she's ready, she can come back and say, oh, it is you that I've chosen, and I've been
You
able
know.
to, but
And to add to
very
that,
soon,
your
very soon, she
absence.
will be in a relationship with another person, and
Exactly.
she will be emotionally attached to you and the other guy. You become four. Like Ellen said, multiple income, multiple emotional support, multiple attention givers, multiple everything.
And then maybe your absence will even help her make a decision fast. If she doesn't come back, then you know that she was just using you to fill space and pass time. Because that's another angle to it. She's probably just using you to pass time, except you enjoy helping her pass time. But if not, count your losses and just move on. It's a waste of time. It's not a good use of your time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very, very much, everybody. There's an angle to this that I don't know if we all saw. So let me just chip this in. All the ladies have spoken, assuming that this guy is a good guy and you are trying to protect him. Another angle that you ladies don't see at times is that when guys come close to a lady and they notice a gap in your current relationship, they hang on and try to overwhelm you with feelings so that you can break that relationship. So it's not just the lady holding on. I mean, this guy said, I am in a relationship. Okay. And it is
That's why I
because
say
that
very
is what
soon it will
he
happen to you
wants.
too.
You'll
You
be
know,
served
that's
breakfast
what
in bed.
That's what he wants. Okay, so we need to round up now. We are out of time. We still have some comments coming in. Okay, let me show you some of those comments. I'm so sorry, Mixlr. I've not been looking in this direction. Modupsi said the purpose of a date is to get to know each other better. I think that's about the lady that was
Just
beginning to
knows
know
the
a guy, and yet
surname.
you don't know his surname and you have been on a date.
Yeah.
Okay, and she also says that it's okay not to get married. It is very, very okay, especially with the price of petrol in Lagos now. It's okay not to get married. It is very
What
okay
does
not
fuel
to
have to
get
do with
married.
marriage?
Well, it has a lot to do. It has a lot to do. Okay, thank you everybody for being a part of this, and believe that you have learned one or two things. All of the people that have been commenting on Facebook, thank you very, very much. The last 2 weeks have been beautiful. From next week, Wednesday, I will be back to my regular schedule. Okay, so let me let you know what's coming up from next week, Wednesday. It's a leadership with Shegun Oke. Next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Okay, on Facebook, I'll be at PShegs. On MixLR, I will be at Hill City NG. You don't want to miss it for anything. I'm going to be sharing fundamental principles of leadership. And really, what I want to do is to show you how to move from competence to leadership. A lot of people who are competent, okay, they get promoted to leadership roles and they don't know how to handle it. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about in leadership. So don't miss it for anything from next week, Wednesday. And this Sunday at Hill City, I'm going to be doing a teaching I have titled Winning Inside, Mastering the First Law of Victory. If you struggle with insecurity, low self-esteem, if you find it difficult to believe in yourself, to think positive thoughts, to receive compliments, if you are quick to put yourself down, beat yourself over, this session is for you. We're going to have two sessions. One will start at 8 and the second one will start at 9:30. They are not a repetition. It's not a duplication. We're going to start at 8 a.m. and then we're going to continue at 9:30. So you need to be in both sessions. If you're outside Lagos, you can join us online, okay? On Facebook and on YouTube, just search for at Hill City NG and you can be a part of this program this Sunday. You don't want to miss these programs for anything, right? Thank you very much, Adenrele. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Elsie. It's been a good time. I want to believe if I invite you guys again, you will join me
Oh, for
on a
sure.
program like this.
I
Yes,
have had an
definitely.
amazing time. Definitely.
Same here.
One person is not speaking. All right. At least I know I have 2 out of 3. So let's do it this way. Let's do a quick run of what it's going to look like when it's just 3 of us. All right. So Adenrele, say bye bye to the people. Say bye bye. We'll see
Just
you later.
remove me. Try it.
So,
Ososhago, your dinner is at
so
stake. Have you had dinner?
my dinner
Have
is in
you
the
had dinner?
microwave. I'm fine. Don't worry. My dinner is in the microwave. I'm fine. Okay. But for the protection of, the ozone layer and the peace of the world, okay, I've added that back. Yeah, this has nothing to do with my dinner, everything to do with world peace. So thank you very much, guys. I've had a blast. I've had a good time. All right. I look forward to seeing everybody next week. I'm going to be by myself, but it's going to be a beautiful time at Leadership next week, Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.